to the life of the rich and the fly.
Got a 9-inch dick that'll fuck your mind up. Bad-ass kid bout to tear shit up. Phone like a hotline. See, I've been very busy. Making major moves, so you better get with me. Bitches all in my face. They want foreplay, they go three ways. Menages, they accents all foreign like Lee. From NY to LA, drinking champagne, eat sushi. Dress code, a la mode, peace. Like Lee. From NY to LA, drinking champagne, eat sushi. Dress code, a la mode, piece by piece. Name buzzing in the streets, I don't need an ID. Name one motherfucker as fly as me. I'm the champ, I'm the greatest. Ali. Keep the money rotating, that's the only way to make it.
Lavish, lavish, fly. Lavish, lavish, life. Lavish, lavish, fly. Welcome to the life of the rich and the fly. Lavish, lavish, fly. Lavish, lavish, life. Lavish, lavish, fly. Welcome to the life of the rich and the fly.
Money, 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 more money, more money. I used to be broke, no food, I was hungry. Now when I say my grace, I say thank you for this money. Put in work for this money. I'm somewhere in your zip code. Girls go out at my shows doing handstands like I'm Diplo. They back it up, then they Diplo. You all talk and no show. You haters get no promo. What you mad at me for? Pull out a pen, take these notes. My ballpoint stay on point. I cash checks, then this. You owe me plus interest. BOSS, I'm that lifestyle lavish. Step in my jacuzzi. These girls show when they boobies. Paparazzi all around me. Swear my life is like a movie.
Lavish, lavish, fly. Lavish, lavish, life. Lavish, lavish, fly. Welcome to the life of the rich and the fly. Lavish, lavish, fly. Lavish, lavish, life. Lavish, lavish, fly. Welcome to the life of the rich and the fly.
I just was trying to check the mood. Hold on before we get started, y'all. We coming back. We got you. Hold on.
Oh, I should just look before about songs. Good now. There we go.
Oh, you say you're ballin', show me your carrot.
We coming with y'all. We coming.
Everything lavish. I'ma pull it out.
We just trying to set the mood. We just trying to set the mood.
My cabbage, all green, all green. Show you my cabbage, all green, all green. Lifestyle lavish, everything lavish. Oh, you say you're ballin', show me your carrots.
Yes, we are back, bitches. We are back. Yes, yeah.
Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back.
I know. Welcome back.
Right. To that same old place that you laughed about.
Hallelujah.
Well, the names, they all changed.
Words. Yeah.
Put the rest of that.
Okay, yeah.
But we're back. We're back.
We're
Welcome.
back.
Welcome to the BGKH Show number 63.
63.
This is the 63rd episode. Oh my God, we've been sitting here for 63.
And Facebook has been reminding me, through the memories of like, oh, that was a cute show. That was a cute. Every show was cute. Every show was cute.
Yeah, every show was cute. Let's be clear. So we went through some lip syncing contests, costumes.
Hold on, everyone. Please get your Remy Martin so you can be ready for the show.
Listen, double shot because you're gonna need it. With just bring that. Just have it. Just ready to swirl around. Just get it. Just listen. Swirl it.
Yes.
Swirl it.
You gotta hold a cup. like you're classy.
Swirl it.
No, don't do it like this. No, you gotta hold it from the bottom
with a capital K
and let that ice swirl. You're not shaking it. You want the ice to sort of ride around the rim of the
capital
glass.
K for classy.
There you go.
Classy. That's what we're talking about.
That's what we're talking about.
So today is Wednesday,
and if
August.
you don't have Remy, you can always use Thunderbird.
I'll second that. I mean, but then there's also
whatever the fuck you got. Whatever the fuck you got.
Or Popova, or whatever cheap liquor you got.
Right.
Tear your insides out. I mean, it is what it is.
Right. Listen, rot gut, sure. Whatever.
But today is Wednesday, August the 7th, 2019. Yes. And we have been off
only
for the
3 months in the fucking year.
Right. Somebody had a post.
It's like 4 months left in the year. It's like, how are we almost? We're almost
here.
We're about
here
to start the third decade of the 21st century.
Somebody's posted that they said it goes January, February,
September.
It's like boom, and in your hair, it's like what? So yeah, it goes pretty fast. And as an adult, you sit back and you say, my summer vacation is almost over. Like what? Like how does that happen? Like what? That's a lot. That's fast.
But Jessica says it went from strip club to private pole dance session with a happy ending. It's like, that's every show.
Well, I mean, Jessica.
Well, it is what it is.
I mean.
So listen, we got a lot to talk about. So first thing we got to do is recap everything that started from day one of our vacation and go.
Rest, work. I had visits from family. I did a guest appearance on YouTube to review a show for Pose. We have a guest appearance coming up on another YouTube show with
we do.
Really Bitch. Yes, we do.
Oh, okay. Well, there we go.
We had a conversation about that, trying to schedule the time.
Yes, we did. We did.
We had Associates that crossed in Onyx. We had we went to Kinky Carnival in Atlanta.
That was gag worthy.
It was.
That's a whole. That's gonna be a whole 5 minutes. You're just hitting the highlights. Okay, got it.
I had some family drama with my mother and my uncle about some other bullshit. How do you have a motherfucker that just tells you to move your mama and put them into some other place and call the place and we just go ahead and get it set up?
But ain't trying to give you no money.
But not one dime. And from the door, we already talking about at least in round numbers. $1,000 than what we talking
more than
about.
what you already paying, and you ain't even willing to cover that.
But you got a job, right? Okay. But I digress. I'm gonna let that go. And then we had the motherfucking road trip down to Atlanta, Georgia, as we've done several times before.
Yes.
But this time it was Dominion and myself, Deviant, and Wicked.
Yes.
And so we rode down, and it was. The drive was actually pretty okay. Like
the drive was okay.
Yeah, the drive was okay.
You can't drive. You tried to kill us many times, though.
You mean in the front seat of your car that you went to sleep in?
No, girl. In the drive, I was sitting in the passenger seat.
I'm saying
you were driving
in the passenger seat of
the car.
No,
you couldn't see because you're too vain to wear your fucking glasses, and so you steady trying to kill us.
See, because you put that damn pillow up against the damn window where I couldn't even see out the right passenger side window.
Up against the glass like this.
So
like
first of all, that's a lie.
Like
I'm not
this.
even. Listen, I can see near. I can't see far, and no, I like to wear them damn glasses because I got the bifocals and I can't. I don't like to wear them. No, I don't like to wear them.
Okay.
It is whatever. But guess what? At night I wear them.
Did you though?
If I was driving, yeah.
Oh yeah, I guess I didn't let you drive at night because I just was dying. I didn't want to die, so I didn't need to take my life in my hands.
We're starting this off after the vacation. He has one. There we go. That's his first one. One.
Listen, one. Mm-hmm. So we listened to the whole series of Got to Be Real. So that was cute. So so I don't. This is gonna sound bougie. And I don't really give a fuck. I don't like to stay in hotels anymore if I can avoid it. Because I want a place where we can go and just have the run of the house and everything. So I use this website called HomeAway. It's like a standard website. It's nothing shady about it. It's like Airbnb, but for renting, the entire house. So that's cute. And usually when I rented in Fort Lauderdale, these are like luxury properties. The house that we rented in Atlanta was like, all right, so I'm going to tell you exactly what happened. It was in an okay neighborhood. It was like in a sort of lower middle class black neighborhood. It wasn't a terrible neighborhood, but
I think whatever it was on the upswing.
It was definitely on the upswing. Yeah. And this was in a nice quiet part.
It was very quiet. Yes.
It was across from a park and everything. But let me tell you what it was. The original owner of the house had to have been Big Mama. Big Mama died, rest her soul, maybe 10 years ago, and whoever inherited it was like, well, why should we sell it? This neighborhood is on the upswing. So, and her friends are like, girl, you just, listen, put $5,000 in that girl and rent that shit out on Airbnb or whatever. They should have put like 15 or 20,000 more into it. So while the house was completely livable, it felt like, it felt like staying at Big Mama's house a little bit.
So I can kind of see that, and
it wasn't terrible.
Not in a bad way.
Even, so there were bugs.
Yeah, not in a bad way.
I don't mean like it was bugs like all, but it was just like.
Oh, but let me be clear.
They were bugs.
They were bugs. They showed up, and they were no less than 3 inches. Let's be clear.
Right.
No less than 3 inches.
So they needed to like. I didn't feel like unsafe closing my eyes or anything like that. But it was definitely, it was like, you go to your grandmother's house and you just know that, they live in the country and shit. And so, you can hear the crickets and, you might see a cricket or a roach or something. Let's just say when I got back, listen, I washed everything that I owned, even shit that I didn't wear that weekend, and sprayed my luggage down until that shit was wet. But the house itself was fine. It was, it served our purposes. It was central to everything. The price point was cute.
Yeah.
And, there wasn't, luckily, there wasn't like Negroes.
Oh my God, we left that blender there, didn't we?
Yeah, girl, it was like a $14 blender.
Okay,
so
yeah,
I
just thought about that. I was like, ooh.
Yeah, it wasn't like it was a Ninja or, a Vitamix.
Yeah, no, I was like, we left a blender.
I spent $14 on that blender, and I was like, we ain't really that worried about that. So we get there. So this was the Bristol hood of the traveling fat bitches. Hashtag BTFB.
Yeah.
So Deviant had never been to a Waffle House. So that was our first fat bitch moment.
Ugh. Lord have
It was so good. Because listen, I am a creature of habit. I got my motherfucking scrambled egg, the cheese eggs, which is, egg scrambled with American cheese, the raisin toast, and I get, I like my hash browns scattered, smothered, covered, chunked, topped, and diced. So that's the hash browns with the onions in it, and ham and cheese and tomatoes and mushrooms, and all topped with chili. Just mix all that shit up, put some sour cream on it. This is like the best thing. Yes, it was just delicious.
Listen, it was a lot just to sit there and listen to him say smothered, covered. I was just like, what? I'm like, what the? Listen. But Waffle House was good. Now,
I forgot to mention our first. We went to Cracker Barrel. We always go to Cracker Barrel when we get there. But
the other restaurant that we went to that was really it was really
the little spot in the little gay neighborhood.
Which was that?
Before we went to Bulge.
But I mean, what? I'm trying to remember.
That was the one where it was like in the little gay neighborhood. We got there early. It was before the party. The one that y'all left to go to.
The early morning one for breakfast.
What other early morning one?
The early morning we went to for breakfast when we went to. Am I confusing places?
Yes.
Shit, I'm confusing places.
Yes, because we went to. We went to. That we got there Wednesday night or Wednesday during the day,
right?
And then we hung out or did whatever. We went to the botanical gardens that afternoon before we had dinner at Spesh and Kai's. Let me tell you, Spesh and Kai
Yes.
have the cutest place. It's like an industrial loft style spot.
And it's a garden. It's like a true
garden style. It's a garden style
loft place. And everybody, as you walk in the building, you walk through these little gardens and this little like walkways, and it was really cute. But everybody in there is all your neighbors, and it was very, very, very cute.
Yes,
very, very cute. So congratulations to Kai and Spesh.
Right, and they're also they also got married.
Yeah, on their nuptials.
And then and next year we're all going to go on another trip in celebration.
Yes. I cannot remember what the BTFB. There was one meal that I thoroughly enjoyed. And well, anyway, all the meals were good, but there was
the spot with the gay waiter that kept saying, "Whatever you like, sir."
Oh yes, your husband, your fiance.
Girl, no.
Listen, let me tell you
that
about
was
this
a one-way love affair.
This bitch was throwing everything. It was like, do you want my panties? Do you want my keys? Do you want my credit card? Like that's how bad he was. Literally like, oh, and you're the king. Oh,
because I had my crown.
Oh, you're the king. Like, oh, and we're sitting there like
I was like, no, but if it'll get me some more tea, then thank you.
I was like, okay, all right, whatever. But you're the king. I was like, oh my God. It's like, sir. I was like, oh my God, can you just bring us our food, please? Anyway,
so
but yeah, cute time. Shout out to Tobias for a bulge.
That was cute. I had a cute little fun time. They had a fluffing party and
yes. Shout out to the one who to Iron Man who won the contest.
Yes.
He was your. Well, is he your Mr. Bulge or is he
Mr. Bulge 2019? Whatever it is,
2019.
something like that.
So he won. So
the Kinky Carnival itself was good. I got to have a cute little session with Mr. Atlanta Eagle. It was a replay of our scene from 3 years ago. So
I remember. Listen, let's be clear. When you go somewhere with Dominion, let's be clear. Like this, when you walk in the door after you say your hellos and your goodbyes, because that's what you're doing. You're saying your hellos and your goodbyes all at the same time. Because you're saying goodbyes to people that you really don't want to talk to anymore. But when you do that and you say your hellos
you're like, hey, I'll talk to you later, which means I'm never going to talk to you again.
You break off. Right. So at that point, when you break off, that's when listen, shit just starts happening. Well, I can guarantee you that as soon as you walk in the door in Kinky Carnival, this bitch is going downstairs to beat some ass. Like, just that quick. It was like, hey!
I bought my flogger and a few things because it's Kinky Carnival, but I had no plans to do that. He came to me and was like...
Have we ever walked into a building and your ass has not gone to beat some ass?
Yes, but I don't want to make it sound like I had scheduled this or planned it. I don't want people to think that I am Sally Field from Soap. What was it? Soap Dish, where I have fans pre-scheduled.
You Kelly Price him? He's booked. So just take a number. Please hit him up on Dom Onyx, but he's booked. But try for next year. Let's get you all booked in that.
So we had, and we also went to the Botanical Gardens, which was cute.
Was really nice. It was nice. But
it was hot.
Yeah, it was nice.
It was hot.
But the Botanical Gardens was beautiful.
It was beautiful. And they were doing an Alice in Wonderland theme with different topiaries and stuff.
It was great.
That was lovely.
Absolutely great.
We did that actually during the day before we went to Spesh and Kai's.
Yes.
And then Friday, we had the traditional... Oh no! Where we went was that place with them bomb ass tacos, Mamacitas. The bomb ass tacos and frozen margaritas that was open 24 hours a day.
Why am I not remembering this?
So it was a little spot. You weren't drunk yet. It was a little spot where you order at the counter, and then they had the salsa bar. And you can get tacos. That was the breakfast spot.
Yes. That's what. Okay.
That
was good.
Listen, you're traveling with fat bitches where the whole trip is characterized around the food.
Like what the food is. I'm trying to understand what that is. But it was really cute. It was really cute. We enjoyed that.
And then we had so for those of you in Atlanta, there's a place called Mama's or Mamacitas. It's right on Cheshire Bridge Road, right at the interstate. It's a little Mexican spot that say open 24 hours. They got frozen beverages.
Yes.
And then we had our photo shoot. And this year
it was the working woman. Was it working women?
It's always working women, but this year what we were doing is we were recreating the classical masters. So there was like Inamorata in repose, where I was looking through the crinoline, and then you were giving masculine of center,
right, left of center, like. Come on, Sarkeisha.
Exactly. It's just like, I am over this Christmas party. I'm going to go hang out with my girlfriend, with my roommate of 25 years.
Deviant was giving us high fashion couture.
Yes.
How to do a wedding on a budget.
He was, because he really was making it work.
Listen, he made that thing work.
All of it work.
All of it work. And then we didn't get. Oh, that's right. What's name didn't? Oh yeah.
I love him to death, but he's a wet blanket. He is off the list for next year.
We went to Bulldogs. We also
y'all went to Bulldogs while I was at Bulls.
I went to
y'all was because listen, the party was cute, but it was very beige and very old. And not like Fort Lauderdale old, because them old white gays at Fort Lauderdale will give you a run for your money.
They can party and they can party.
This so. Imagine a club full of Beverly Leslies, but with no money and less interesting.
That is the best explanation of that club ever.
They were all lovely people to a T, but I was like, they were short, they were tall, but they were all just Beverly Leslie there with their business associate Benji.
It was amazing.
And then all these Negroes walked in and they were like, oh my.
They were like, hi, oh hey. And we're like, yeah, I'm going to
And
Bulldogs.
I was like, listen, girl, if my drink's still free, then yes, you can, you may touch, the back of my elbow for a moment.
And squeeze real hard. That's all you're going to get.
Right. So, I mean, it was cute. It was what it was. And so I've not heard what happened at Bulldogs.
So Bulldogs was cute, but here's the problem with
You don't really fuck with Bulldogs.
Here's the problem with Bulldogs. So Bulldogs is real cute, and this
was a day party,
This
right?
was a day party, and it was, I guess, Big Boy adjacent, I think, or something like that. I can't remember. But anyway, it becomes an awkward moment where you are there with friends, and the friend of the friend starts having a conversation with you, and you feel like the conversation just shifted into, hey, how you doing, to, how you doing? And I was like...
But were you down for that, though?
With the person, yes. But the problem is...
The friend of the person.
Yes, so it'd be like, I'm sitting next to you, and you brought somebody into this... You brought a friend to the bar, and then your friend all of a sudden starts hitting on me. And it's like, well, while I may be interested in the person, but it's like... That's your friend, and I'm like, we
dating your friend.
Yeah, like that. We're not doing that.
Well, then
we're
no.
not doing that. And listen, while we are all, and I'm gonna go ahead and say this out there publicly, and I'm not sure if they're watching this or not, but while we're all part of an organization that may be sex positive, and I'm sitting there talking and chatting with our brother, I felt a little like I need an adult for like a hot second, because I was like, I just kind of felt the conversation shift, and then I said, you know what, I was wrong, and I said, you know what, it wasn't like that. I was like, okay, no problem.
But wasn't it though?
Fast forward 2 or 3 days later, then
now
I get the Facebook message
Mm-hmm.
and the instant message, and I was like, I'll tell you. And it just kind of went there. And so I kept reminding them, I was like, so, like, you going to, I was like, so you going to, like, do something else with the person? Like, you going to hang out with the brother? Like, oh. And he says to me, why do you keep bringing their name up? I was like,
because bitch, you showed up with him and he introduced you as his
right.
boo.
And then it's like,
and that's my brother. What the fuck you think I'm gonna do? Just
and then I'm sitting there
bring
like,
up a happy home for some mediocre ass.
And so what that you said that you're in an open relationship and your husband, y'all play. I get all that, but I'm not even concerned about them. I'm concerned about the brother, not you and them. Like I'm not.
Right.
Like I'm concerned about you, but I'm
right.
concerned about him. Like that.
Right.
But anyway,
so what else did we do?
But other than that, it was cute. I did get to listen. Shout out to my husband's long distance of 1990.
Yeah, at least there was no tears this time.
25 5 years esque type thing. So
They was having a real.
you had that conversation with someone or that connection.
They were having a
with someone.
real silhouettes of a perfect frame.
You have that relationship with someone that lasts, and it's like it's
Shadows of your smile
and you just never.
will always remain.
And it's
Beginner's luck soon fades away.
it right
No, baby,
I hate it
we
right
go on. I will always stay long as I live.
God.
My first love.
So yeah, you have that relationship or that connection with someone, and it just doesn't end. And then it grows and you grow, but then it grows into something else. You're not quite sure what it is. You're never in the right
Can I ask you a
place.
question?
Not same place, same time, same mind frame. And then also, thank God for the brothers, because I had a conversation with another brother who knew someone else that he dated. So I was like, oh, okay,
Can I ask you a question?
sure.
Did you keep an old candy coated Valentine? Oh, I got lightheaded.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's two. That's two.
And thank you for assisting me with my little play date.
Listen, I have always offered up my services as the guest, as the best
He
motherfucking
was the best. He
gaffer,
was the
lighting
cameraman.
person ever. And I will stand there and I will be like, let me zoom in, let me zoom out.
Beautiful
let me get
camera work.
Amazing.
Beautiful camera
And
work.
listen, shout out to that young man, because you have some beautiful, beautiful skin all over your body.
All over his body. And so he liked to get a little high before we play, right? But just like weed, it's nothing.
I'm fine with that.
And I'm fine. I'm actually fine with it. But normally he'd do that before he get to my house, or usually to my hotel
That's
room.
right, because we came back from a store run, and bitch, you almost caught it as we drove back into the driveway. You came out the corner like, about time y'all got back. Devon was like, what?
So, I get back to the house. I'm like, come on, let's do this. Let's do this. Let's get into it. He's like, I just need to smoke. So he's outside for like 30, 35 minutes just bullshitting and talking.
Process. He has to get himself together.
And it's always worth it, which is why I was like,
And listen, it was worth it just from my point. I was like, this was cute. And I was like, maybe I should go back to my room and... But I said, oh, no, I'll wait. I'm good.
yeah, so.
But yeah, it was cute.
Yeah, he was
so
right.
I forgot about that, the gaffing show. Yes.
So that was good.
Epic gaffing
What did we do on Saturday? So we had the bulge. Oh, we had the so
The store?
no, that was nothing.
Oh.
Long live. So shout out to, or rest in peace to, the Daiquiri Factory, but we found a replacement. Cirque Daiquiri Bar is owned by the exact same people. Their menu looks and has all the exact same things on it. It just says Cirque Daiquiri Bar on top of it instead of the Daiquiri Factory.
I'm always a little tight-faced when I hear Daiquiri Factory. I just get a little, it just takes me back
Here
a
we
little
go.
bit. I just get a
Here we
little
go with this
tight-faced.
bullshit.
But, because it's, I'm just saying I just get a little tight-faced because it's kind of like one of those things where you just kind of, when the opportunity passed and it's no longer there and it's gone, you weren't included in something.
But now it's
just
the
kinda fucked
exact
up.
same
It's just kinda
thing.
fucked
It's
up.
actually a cuter.
But it's
It's a
okay.
cuter spot.
But
Can
this
I ask
time,
you a question? Can I
this
ask you a
time
question now?
we were able to
Can
get
I ask
there
you a
and
question
get a
now?
daiquiri.
Can I ask you a question
And
now?
also a hookah,
Can I
which
ask
you
you a
smoked for
question
the
now?
first time.
Can I ask you a question now?
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen.
But did you die though?
But you did that. Because I'm going to come back to that too today. I'm going to come back to that too. You did, okay.
So, but yes, it literally is so if you ever been to Atlanta, if you are, what is that, at 85, you see this place, it's like a white tent. It looks like a circus
spaceship
like a spaceship or a circus
on a
tent.
stool or something.
That's circus tent, Daiquiri Bar. It's owned by the exact same people that owned the Daiquiri Factory. The menu is literally on that same black laminated sheet. It
Yeah.
just says Cirque Daiquiri Bar instead of Daiquiri Factory on it. Same wannabe fancy
Yeah, it was
meat.
cute.
Well, actually, this was a little fancier.
We had a hookah
This
and
was
it was really great.
it was fancier
Well, actually, no.
clientele.
It was a little burnt. The hookah.
It was my first time smoking it, but just the clientele of the place. You know, Daiquiri Factory was more homos, friends of homos, and
Homo adjacent.
butch lesbians.
Homo adjacent.
Daiquiri Factory, I mean, Cirque Daiquiri Bar is homos, homo friends, butch lesbians, and lots of straight people for whom this is a fancy night out because they left the kids at home so they can get a little bit blackout drunk off of daiquiris.
And they're also young and a little ratchet.
A little.
I'm just a little ratchet.
A lot ratchet. But listen, I was 100% here for it. Yeah. And we had hookahs, and I did the hookah the first time, and I was like...
So for all my hookah smokers, when you smoke a hookah and you put the charcoal on the top, to me, every time I smoke a hookah, and if the charcoal is not dusted off or it's burning, you pull the charcoal dust into the tobacco, and it gives you a little burn or tickle in your throat. So I was asking the young lady to shake the charcoal dust off, and also to replace it because it was some old burnt tobacco that was in there already. That's what you were getting in the back of your... That's at least what I was getting in the back of my throat. I couldn't quite inhale what I wanted to inhale. Mm-hmm. So, but it was cute, though. It was still the cute idea, and it wasn't that expensive.
Yeah, right.
But I'll do my own hookah at home. And I also think we need to clean them damn cords, because them damn cords need to be cleaned. So that's a whole other thing.
Yes.
But it was real cute, though. It was cute.
It was cute.
It was very cute.
And what else did we do? So, the two fucking things that Wicked wanted to do the whole trip. See, we had a whole list. I was like, all right, we're going to go to Cirque Daiquiri Bar. We're going to do the photo shoot. We're going to go to Barking Leather. We're going to hang out. We're going to be cute. We're going to have big fun. No, what we're going to do, we're going to go to Atlanta, and just have us a fabulous time. Wicked didn't want to do but two things. Go to fucking Cookout for their burgers, which I will say were delicious. And I mean, I had been there before, but it's not life-changing, but I let it go because I feel the same way about Zaxby's.
It's a burger joint. Like, what the fuck?
I mean, I let it go.
But yes.
Okay. And then he also wanted to go to Papa Do's. Papa Do's is a fancy Cajun
it is Red Lobster of the South.
And let me tell you how Negroes get dressed up in their fanciest clothes.
Because they go into the Red Lobster.
To go to fucking Papa Do's. So we go on Saturday night. We're leaving Sunday morning. We go Saturday night because that just happened to be when it was convenient to go. And I was actually thinking it would be a lovely celebration to end our trip and everything. And so we get there and... we get to the front, and you already see, the girls with the titties pushed up, above their head, and the dress so tight that you could, not only see her
men with the gator Crocs on,
right,
and the fucking linen pants, and the matching linen top, and the matching linen hat, and the matching linen wristband, and the matching linen napkin, and
the chick with the straight hair that's parted right down the middle, that's hanging all the way down to her ass,
not because it's that long, but because the track done fell from here to here,
right?
But she
so it was that kind of fancy
gel and some grease on top of it to make it look like it's blending in.
So it took us like 15 minutes to park in the little parking lot. So we park, we go up to the front. They say it's an hour and 45-minute wait. And I'm like, oh, no. Well, not.
There's no reason to wait an hour and 45 minutes. There is not one place on this earth, a restaurant that I can think of, that I will wait an hour and 45 minutes. Not one.
I'm going to take you to Del Frisco's downtown. We're going to have some Wagyu beef, but that's a whole other
If it's an hour and 45-minute wait, call me when you get to 30 minutes.
But the point is, I don't even really like seafood like that, but they got plenty of other stuff. I mean, it's like a Cajun spot, so I could always get the gumbo. I mean, so it wasn't that I didn't think the food was going to be good, but bitch, we was hungry now. In an hour and 45 minutes, I'd be about to kill somebody for some food. So I was like, girl, and every of the four of us, three of us were agreed that we were not waiting an hour and 45 minutes. Wicked was like, baby,
visibly shook and upset. And you could tell, listen, he started that slide down the wall like a white woman in crisis on a Lifetime movie
sure did.
With the shower running and the little piece of hair he was sliding and making that one sound.
And then we went
That's
to
what he
around
did.
the corner is another one of my favorite spots that I was like, I took advantage of going to because we were there.
Po Folks.
Po Folks. Now they just call it Folks because I guess, it's bad form to call people Po, but whatever. Because I wanted my country fried steak.
But
And so while we're there, the whole time he's giving you like.
Then he picks up the phone. He picks up the phone and dials a number, and we hear this conversation. Now, we had ordered our food.
And
he
eating.
ordered as well, and eating. And then he managed to secure a meal at a different location.
3 meals.
Right.
We went back to the same spot.
Nothing
That
was a
the same
different
spot.
Okay. Went back to the same spot to pick up 3 meals.
Which was supposed to be ready, and we still waited like 45 minutes to get the food. So we called, and then 90 minutes or 30 minutes later, we show up. Then we wait another 45 minutes to get the food. But it was like, girl, that's what he wanted to do or whatever. I forgot. While we
He
was at
already had, well, yeah, he ate at Po Folks. And
No,
took,
remember, so our waitress was this white woman, and I was just talking about, since I told her, I used to love Po Folks, I used to work at Po Folks, because they didn't have some stuff that they used to have, didn't have the red beans and rice. She was like, yeah, well, I just like this food because, they don't give us this food in jail. And I was, and then, so you're drinking your drink, right?
like,
You're like, I beg your pardon?
did you just say?
Just like, yeah, so, I'm on work release. So, I come out and, I get to work every day. And then I go back to the jail at night from, 10 p.m. until 7 o'clock in the morning. And we was just like, what? Okay.
And listen, I am not judging you.
It was just
But
out
it
of
was
the
so
blue.
weird. Like, you just randomly just spit this out, and we're sitting there like, did this bitch just say
Right.
Did she just say work release real quick?
She sure did.
Like, we're looking around like, somebody, look at the knives. Count the knives on the table. As long as it's 4 knives on the table, like,
Right. You
count
still
the
got,
knives.
your phone. Still got the phone.
Yeah.
We got this stuff.
So, listen.
All right. So we also went to, last weekend, actually, we went
Well, we
to
might as well
Bush.
finish the story. He
What
had a
else
meal
was-
for every single damn place that we were in.
A to-go box, yeah. So he didn't eat everything with it. And then, so he took like all of this food back with him. And I've texted him since, but I was afraid that hoe was going to die from food poisoning from all this
food
seafood.
was out for like 9 hours in the car.
Right. Because it was just sitting in the back of the car while we was riding.
But anyway.
So he was happy, and that was that.
Yeah.
So this weekend past, we went to Busch Gardens.
Well, let's go back. We had that. We had a high tea that we went to as well.
The high tea was cute.
Yeah.
The ladies of Mast,
Yes.
which is masters and slaves together, put on a leather high tea for the men of Onyx.
Which was really cute.
It was cute.
And thank you again for that. It's
Yes.
a little weird for me to
It
have.
was because I'm not used to being served like that.
Yeah,
I mean, when I say, yes, I have a slave and I have a sub, but that's like play sex games. I'm not into the kind of service where like, would you like more tea, sir?
Or can I dial your phone for you? Or can I? and it's
Yeah,
kinda like,
I don't need that kind of stuff in my life.
I was like, girl,
and
I
also, I have absolutely no problem with women, but if I've never had a woman serve me like that.
Yeah, not like that.
outside of a waitress, but even a
Right.
waitress is like, what you want? It wasn't solicitous the way that it was.
And that's for me made it. I felt a little like.
But I got into it.
I had to get my
because
bearings.
They seemed.
They
It was
were all
their
very
idea.
nice.
It wasn't like we were like, do this for us. It was their idea.
And I'm
so.
very, very appreciative of it.
Yeah, and the food was delicious,
Really great.
and it was free.
The meatballs were good.
Everything was good.
It was really good. Everything was
Yes.
really good. So shout out to that. So that was
The
what we
pot de
had.
cremes were good. The
Yes.
chocolate
Yes.
puddings were good.
And then so fast forward to
Last weekend.
Last weekend we went to Busch Gardens. Excellent time.
Wonderful time as always.
So it was hot than a motherfucker.
I didn't think it was that hot. Sunday it was hot because there's no fucking shade at the water park.
Yes.
I didn't feel like it was particularly hot at Busch Gardens.
No, it was. Yes, it was. Well, it was kind of. I was hot, but
You just was in your feelings like the whole fucking day. I was like, girl, are you all right? I don't know what his problem was. I don't know what. We finally got him some milk and he was cool. Anyway,
thank you all for showing up to Busch Gardens.
Yes, we had a wonderful
time.
We'll do it again next
Yes,
year.
indeedy. We had a great time. Verbolten. Auf Wiedersehen.
And next year, I think we really will try to all stay at the same
That will
hotel.
be cute.
Yeah.
So whoever wants to organize it is I will
right.
go with the hotel.
Right.
So yeah, we had a great time.
All right, so Pose. All right, we got 35, what is that? 15, 20, 27 minutes to talk about Pose.
Yes.
All right.
All right. So
We got to catch up on not just, we can't just talk about today. We got to talk about the whole season because when we left, this is episode 8 of 10, but when we left.
It was after Candy.
No, it was before Candy died.
Oh, shit.
So.
Okay, so let's fast forward through this.
Y'all already seen
Candy
that.
died. She came back to talk to the people. She disclosed some information about her HIV status.
That was in the next episode.
But I'm going through all this,
right.
you know. So
the funny part to me was when the dude was it. Pray Tell had a cardiac episode because of a reaction to the AZT, and he was in the bed, in the hospital, in the bed next to this dude, and he was like, "Oh, hey, girl, I feel like I remember seeing you," and he was like, "I am not a queen.
Yeah.
I am an educated college professor." And Pray Tell was like, "And bitch, we're both here in this hotel
what did he call her?
HIV."
He called her a bougie. What do you call her? A bougie queen?
Oh, you're a bougie queen,
or something
and
like
then
that.
she stroked out.
Yeah, she stroked out. So I was like, sorry.
Womp womp. And
But,
then they had so during that they had the AIDS cabaret. And Frederica came. Well, you know, of course, it's fucking Patti LuPone sang her motherfucking ass off, but that was all just a stunt so she could board up Blanca's
store and put her out, but the kids got her back. They went out front and they picketed her ass and they were on the news, called her all types of slumlords and everything else.
Right.
Made her look bad.
And Blanca won.
Blanca won to come back into the
and they also well, they didn't TP her house. They covered it with a huge condom,
which was hilarious.
It was not only hilarious, but that's true. They so in the 90s, Jesse Helms, for those of you who are old enough, remember Senator Jesse Helms from South Carolina, old white man who ironically had a black daughter because he was having an affair. You know, hated niggas, but was just like slave masters did forever. You know, hated black people, but sneaking and creeping, you know, and had a black child, but that's a whole separate other story. He also, should come as no surprise, was not a fan of the gays, thought HIV was, you know, the crime, a price you paid for the crime of homosexuality or whatever. So ACT UP actually TP'd his house. So, son of a bitch. So let me see if I can get this back, get this live video back. So ACT UP actually put a huge condom over his house. So that was a bit of a true to life thing. And so that brings us to Ricky broke up. So remember they did they were going to do like a remake of Solid Gold?
Child. And
that was the gayest remake of Solid
Gold ever.
I was like, so first of all, they had two dudes doing dance scenes together in 1990, and the one chick, and they were all good dancers, but I was like, yeah, this is never
good for 1990, good for Solid Gold.
Right. And then, so, remember when Ricky was accused of cheating? Well, the dude that he was accused of cheating with, he ended up shacking up with. Then they broke up. Then dude, Bob, whatever the fuck his name was, calls Ricky up, says he was sick, got tested, he's HIV positive.
Yes.
Ricky did not want to go and get tested, but Pray Tell was like, you have to go and get tested.
And one of the other things also on the Angel side as well was that Angel and Poppy then have gone, like, furthered their relationship. Yes. They are now in a relationship where they're seeing each other, but then they also, Angel's getting booked for other ads. She's also started, or what was introduced into this was into the mix was cocaine.
Yes. And
Angel and Poppy both decided to do this cocaine, and now she's kind of...
Well, and it seems like they did it once together, and Poppy was like, whatever, and Angel kept doing it.
Poppy is still doing that motherfucking cocaine with his... Because if he's doing if Angel's doing cocaine, Poppy's doing cocaine. Because if he's fucking her, you know he's high as well.
Okay.
So I'm going to just call that a spade. So whatever.
So So yeah, and then so she goes up and shows up to the photo shoot, and
Damon caught them, by the way. Let's be clear.
Damon caught them doing the cocaine. Well,
Yes.
the after effects of the cocaine.
Yes.
Oh, and saw something drop or whatever.
Yes.
Oh, she was caught up with the pipe.
Yes.
So, but no. So she goes to the photo shoot the next day. She is fucked up. And guess who the photographer is? The dude that they beat up for taking the nude pictures of her.
See how karma works?
But the photos came out nice, and now she's the cover model for this whatever. Meanwhile, Ricky goes to get tested. And you know what I love about this show? This show, everybody that you think, is a terrible actress, except for Dominique. Dominique is, Electra's just not a good actress. But what she gives you what she needs for her character. She ain't never winning no Emmys for her portrayal, but every other character has had a moment of like, okay, this bitch is acting their face off. And that episode was Ricky's, because Ricky's reaction to finding out that he was HIV positive was anger to disbelief to shock to fear.
And the woman that told him was so cold. I remember her saying, well, what did you expect? You said that you were having unprotected. You said you were having same-sex sex, and
that was the first thing.
Yeah, and the way she
only
said
softened it a little bit
towards
by
the end.
saying you were having unprotected sex, because those are two separate things.
Right.
Her initial statement was basically saying not even that it was many partners. You were having same-sex relations, which was saying that, well, then of course you're HIV positive because you're having same-sex.
Same-sex relations and with multiple people, and then later on she said unprotected.
Right.
And I was like, she was like, you're having same-sex relations
on one
with multiple
hand,
people without protection.
On one hand, I understand it because, they're in the heart of New York City. This is the height of the epidemic. I mean, you just can't be sympathetic to everybody, but I still feel like there's a way to deliver it better than she could have.
She was cold.
And so, he fell into Praytel's arms, and he is just racked with sobs and whatever.
Right.
But meanwhile, so he's like,
I
like daddies.
Up to that, they're sitting in the waiting room.
Right, and I was like, is he pushing up on Praytel? And Praytel
was like,
girl, what are you doing?
Child, go on with this bullshit. Go on with this shit, honey.
And so then, now we're at this episode. So Praytel is like, you gotta tell Damon. You got to tell Damon.
Now,
you got to.
Now, that conversation that people have to have with others about STIs, STDs, or some other life-altering, life-changing type of thing, that is a hard conversation.
Very hard.
I remember, even having a conversation with someone talking about go get checked for, like, gonorrhea or go get checked for chlamydia. Like, those types of conversations are difficult. And, it's just difficult all the way. And I felt that the way Damon had that conversation with Ricky, or tried to have that conversation with Ricky, because it wasn't a full conversation, but the way it actually happened was very realistic.
Yeah, because,
over the top, but
they're both young kids who don't know no better. I mean, he was trying to do it and soften the blow, and, but, what other way, how much softer can you do it? And then, so Ricky was like, Damon was like, get the fuck out. I don't ever want to see you again. Then he goes and has his final recital and serves the kids.
He does. I'm going to give him.
Serves the kids.
Their body double dancer was pretty good.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, it was pretty good. Yeah, I was like, okay.
And then, so,
even at the ball, he brought it to you at the ball.
But before the ball, though. Before the ball. So now they having a family dinner.
Bitch. Wait a minute.
This family dinner. You remember?
Shout out to Little Kevin Ebony, or Little Kevin Prodigy, or that I saw in the. Did
they say his name was Pendavis in the show?
In the show was something else, but his name is Kevin. That is Kevin Ebony or Kevin Prodigy. He might be. I don't know what his title is now, but anyway, he's from Philadelphia. He's one of Philadelphia's finest. He's a legendary. So shout out to you, because you did that. And if any of you don't know, this motherfucker held back, because let me tell you, that bitch is A11. It is soft. It's a legend. He is soft and cut at his best.
Yes.
Anyway, enough of that. Go ahead.
So, what we dashed over was that, okay, so now Praytel and Ricky are both HIV positive. They both are looking for love for different reasons. Praytel, wookin' putting up, wookin' putting up in too many faces. Anyway, so Pray Tell is an older man who, you know, has seen so many of his partners die, thinks himself unlovable and unwantable. This cute young thing pushes up on him. Ricky thinks that, you know, now that he's HIV positive, no one's ever going to love him. No one's ever going to want him. No one's ever going to want to even be friends with him. Mm-hmm. So I think that they both connected with each other out of their shared pain and heartache or whatever. So we'll get to that dynamic in a minute. But all right, so now we are back at Blanca's apartment. And you know what? I just want to say Blanca's apartment is always dirty. Like, every time they always show that one scene where they had the inset glass and the glass is broken. I was like, well, bitch, can't you just take the broken glass out? I'm just saying. Or paint the walls so the walls ain't literally dirty.
Listen,
but all right, I'm digressing.
It's cost that apartment probably ran her at that particular point in time probably about $1,200 or $1,500 for that apartment.
So, everybody's there. Electra's there. Lulu's there. Blanca's there. Angel and Poppy are there. Pray Tell is there, and Damon is there, and Damon is mad.
Listen.
Damon is mad at everybody because Damon is the keeper of the secrets. And Angel is feeling jealous because she's high.
Yes.
And so, you know, everybody, you know, Blanca's like, that's my baby, Damon.
Yes.
And he was like, I mean, that's cute.
Shut up, Clyde. I got the damn camera back on. You ain't got to yell shit.
Right, she's like, I mean, that's cute for you or whatever, but you know, you're not on covers. And he was like, yeah, bitch, but I'm not high.
Right. He was going in. Damon, it was this stereotypical gay person at the family dinner holding all the fucking secrets, wanting to get on everybody.
And right, because as soon as you come for him, he was like,
what
about
about
this?
That's
not your real
and
father.
That's why this, and that's why that. He was
like, oh, I'm gay, but you had 6 children by 5 different dudes.
And oh, by the way, pass the peas, I'm pregnant. Like, that would be Damon.
Right.
That would have been Damon.
And
but
then,
listen.
so he was mad because Blanca did not believe him. So, like, he put Poppy out. She put Poppy out when he was, you know, selling drugs on the pier, but she wouldn't put Angel out.
Right.
And then he said something he kept saying something like disrespectful, and Pray Tell was like, that is enough. You will not disrespect your mother like that. He was like, who the fuck do you think you talking to?
He said, and when he said, when I want something from you, when I want your opinion, I'll ask you for it.
Right.
And something about now that we're on your opinion, or now that we're dealing with you, what about
you and Ricky?
What about you and Ricky?
And then he disclosed that Ricky was HIV positive. And, you know, I mean, so that's a no-no. I mean, I get it. I get what it was going for. But here's the thing. How these young kids always want to pop bad. And Ricky was like, well, fuck you then. And Ricky was like, nigga, I will kill you.
Pray Tell was going to that when he flipped that table over with one hand. When I tell you he was going, I said, don't.
They literally, like 4 people had to hold him back.
Pray Tell was going to wear that. He was going to fuck
you up.
That's what he's going to do, bitch.
He was about to get. To get his whole shit taken.
Yeah. And then at the end of it, he was like, listen, he's a grown ass man, and that's what it is. And we're both grown. We're not going to do anything else. And then they had,
but there was an important conversation there
that the elders had as well.
Because
we're kind of going back and forth,
right?
But there was a point they brought up as well.
The point that Electra brought up and that Blanca brought up is like, well, he was like, but I'm not his house father. I'm not even in this house. It's like, but you're a father to all of these young boys, and they are looking up to you. And let's just keep it cute. We know plenty of people in the leather community. And so there's some of these things that sort of cross. These older men,
yes, indeed,
who prey. And I'm not saying that Pray Tell did prey on Ricky.
He did not.
He did not. Absolutely did not.
He did
not.
But
we know plenty of people in the leather community and also in the ballroom community, these older men who prey on these younger guys
and
women, and they take what it is that they want, which is usually some sex, and they keep it moving. And now this young kid is left, you know, with this damage, and now they're not trusting of older people. They can't form good relationships. you know, and things like that. So that's why Electra was saying that there's this unwritten rule that as an elder, you don't sleep with these kids because they're looking at you. They're in a vulnerable position in their lives. So even if y'all was both hot and heavy, you're supposed to be the adult of these two adults and be like, no. He should have made. So what he should have done is when Ricky pushed up in his bed, he should have pushed his ass right back out and told us to get that ass back on the sofa.
So, yes.
That's what he should have done.
That's what he should have done.
But I'm not saying that I blame him. I understand completely what happened, and that's what I appreciated about that.
It was very
segment.
realistic. It was very, very
Right.
realistic, and it's a struggle because you saw him fighting with, do
Yeah.
I do this? Do I not? Like what? You know, this is a man that was looking for love and didn't feel like he could get it, and now he had it right there in front of him, and it was something that he could have appreciated. And on the flip side, after it was all said and done, Ricky is making an effort, I should
Yeah.
say, to not make it a wham bam thank you ma'am, and I want to see where this is going to go. And there are plenty of those types of relationships in all of these communities that actually do work.
They
and
do.
I'm not sure how I feel about this particular relationship. I will definitely say that Pray Tell did not prey on him. He did not go after him. It happened, and so far it seems like it's a equal relationship, because the conversation that the elders were having was that the young kids may not have what he has. He may be looking for a daddy. These different things.
I don't even
And
necessarily think that there's anything wrong with that. So you have daddy issues. People have had daddy issues throughout the history of time.
That is correct.
That doesn't mean that a person with daddy issues cannot find a daddy to help them soothe those issues and still have a healthy relationship.
But again, these are just things that
Right.
made it more realistic.
Right.
And I'm also going to give a shout out to Ryan Murphy for the visuals of the love scene that went down between between Ricky and Pray Tell.
Who knew Pray Tell was a blouse?
Beautiful. Listen, who knew Pray Tell? Well, yeah. Listen, all I do know is I appreciate the fact that Ryan Murphy got into the versatility. Listen. Versatile.
Yes.
He got into his versatility because when Ricky said, "I think I would like to let you make love to me as well," I said, "Well, what? Okay." Listen, and Pray Tell, by all means, obligated.
Right?
Obliged.
He was
So,
not. He
and
had
the
no hesitation.
Right. And it was.
I need Pray Tell's bed because that was beautiful
cute.
bread.
It was very sensual. It was very loving. It was very kind. It was still erotic, and it was very truthful. Like all these were, and it was such a positive visual. Even the last one with the two of them laying in bed, like hugging together.
Yeah.
This is FX. This is a network television show. This was amazing.
Yeah.
Ryan Murphy, listen.
Yeah, it was good.
I'm gonna give you that because that was amazing.
And Pray Tell even tried to push him away, but he got all fucked up. And then the next morning he was like, "You're still here."
Right.
And yeah, like you said, he was making an effort. He fixed breakfast,
Made an effort.
and everything. So just because somebody got daddy issues doesn't mean that they can't have a relationship.
Now, speaking of Pose, there's this article that you had real quick.
Right.
About
So there was an article on Medium that says Pose has an increasingly obvious colorism problem. So it says.
Yeah, I just kind of cut
Yeah.
some
So
of
all
the things
right.
out.
So here's the short version. Bad stuff only happens to the dark skinned characters.
Right.
Bad stuff happens to Candy. She died. And bad stuff happened to Electra. Someone died on her. And they're also saying that her character is sort of the least developed of the characters.
Hers and Electra.
And, they were saying Electra. Well, you're right. Electra and Candy's
Right.
were the least developed characters, and they're the ones having the most issues. For me, I see it a little bit. It's like, okay, I see it a little bit.
Yeah, but it's
I
not.
mean, I can see it, but I don't see it though, because first of
Yeah.
all, everybody on the show is black. It will be different. Well, and so colorism implies that things are only happening, bad are only happening to the dark skinned characters, which is not true. Blanca is going through plenty of stuff.
Yes.
Lulu is going through plenty of stuff. Just because they aren't the characters that died doesn't mean that, to me, it doesn't signify a colorism problem. Is Electra's character somewhat one-dimensional? Yeah, but that's just
Well,
that's just the role that she is there for. For me, if sometimes I think amongst us as black people, it's whatever chip on your shoulder that you have. You know what I'm saying? If it had been all white people on the show and one black person, then it would be like it's not enough Negroes on the show. If it's all black and Latino people, then
it would be there's not enough white people.
Right. And you could also be like, so I guess so Latinos could write and say, well, there's an obvious anti-Latin bias,
Listen,
I mean, or something. I mean, so I feel like you're taking two small plot points and doing it because there's other dark-skinned characters on the show. Pray Tell has an amazing story arc
Yes, he does.
that he's going through.
And while this was one person's opinion,
a lot of people co-signed on it.
People did co-sign on it, but I just don't see this as a huge problem. I don't even understand why this is even the developing the story part. Okay, I can kind of see that, but the colorism thing, even though the characters that some of this stuff was based off of, Dorian Corey and also Venus, they were very light-skinned, fair people. So I'm not quite sure I get it because it's like...
Well, then what they're saying is that they're making all of the bad stuff happen to dark-skinned people when in real life those things happen to very light-skinned or Latin people.
But then the argument would have been, this happened to a light-skinned person, why didn't you cast a light-skinned person? Or this happened to a dark-skinned person, why didn't you cast a dark-skinned person? Just kind of like with Selena, like when they cast to make the movie Selena, they were like, Jennifer Lopez, like, okay, well, she's like,
Puerto Rican
she's
from
Puerto
the Bronx,
Rican
not
from the
Mexican.
Bronx, but not Mexican. So it's like, are we ever going to be satisfied with just the portrayal of it? Like, get the important stuff out, which is the story. Get that out.
So I feel like that's something to be aware of, but I didn't think it was a huge problem. So anyway, all right. So our producer's giving us a look.
Yeah, it's like, okay, it's about that time.
All right. So the BGKH.
Listen, he's like, y'all have been off for a month, but it's time for y'all. Y'all need to wrap this up.
I know y'all appreciate this, but
to wrap this up. Like, wrap it up.
All right. So the BGKH Show streams live on Wednesdays on www.voxwave.com from 8 to 9 p.m. Eastern and 5 to 6 p.m. Pacific. Episodes are available on YouTube every Friday. Just search for Vox Power 373 and look for the BGKH Show with Dominion and Epic. Currently, we are still able to host a small but sizable viewing audience.
Yes.
And if you can't be in our audience but still want to participate, you can reach out and touch us by calling 240-719-2560. One more again. 240-719-2560.
Ow!
240-719-2560.
Ow!
All right, so... Epic, how can the kids get in contact with you?
So you can reach me at EpicOnyx1 on Twitter. You can also reach me at I am EpicOnyx on Instagram, and you can find me on Facebook if you search for Epic Onyx. And how can they reach you?
Beastly Burly Black Bitch. No, sorry.
Bitches.
Right. At DomOnyx on Twitter and Instagram, Facebook.com/DomOnyx, and www.domonyx.com.
So we want to say thank you so much for tuning in tonight. And every other night. We really appreciate you all tuning in. It has been a great time and a great pleasure to be back in the studio.
Yes.
And we look forward to coming into your homes every single Wednesday.
From now until December, mid-December.
Or beginning of December.
Sometime in
December. Mm-hmm. Y'all got us all. It's going to be cold before y'all get rid of us.
Yes.
So, but we're here, so...
Oh, don't forget, the Vox Power family is having a cookout on, where am I looking at? August 17th, 4 p.m. On Longwood Drive in Beltsville, Maryland. We'll be posting some information on our Facebook pages.
Yeah.
We'd love to see you all come out and join us. Meet me and Epic and the rest of the Vox Power family. So it's going to be free food and live music.
Shout out to...
and bring a backpack to the cookout for our back to school drive.
Yes.
Feel free to fill it with pencils, pens, crayons, glue,
condoms.
construction.
Kids start early. Shout out to the family that came down. So James Caldwell, Spill It Boy TV. Shout out to Clyde. Shout out to down in Atlanta.
5 seconds.
Shout out to everybody that tunes in, and just thank you all for being here with us.
Thank
Shout
you
out
all
to Adrian as well.
Thank you all for coming out. God bless you and good night.
Mwah.
Bye.